Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is John with Addicted to Fishing. I'm trying out a new light here to try to help light up this the tackle for you guys. Couldn't tell by the thumbnail, we've got quite a, it's not very big, but I've got a nice restock on a couple items. And then I've got some really new JDM packet or JDM offerings that I picked up. I buy these from a U.S. Another guy here in the U.S. He orders in quite a bit of JDM tackle, and I get lucky to get the extended price from what's on the website, and pay for some shipping. But he orders enough tackle to help cut down on those tariffs. Hopefully we can start seeing some better stuff coming as far as pricing comes from the JDM products. I've seen some of the JDM shops that are at least trying to split some of that tariff cost. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. Try to do these by brand, nothing in any particular order. So first up, from Raid Japan. I'm really interested in trying to throw these probably on a free rig. This is the Bata Craw in a 3.5 inch. You get 5 of them in a pack. This is number 109, and they do list it as Cola Pink. So you get that kind of pink underside and kind of a brown, more natural looking crawl pattern. Let me see if I can get one of these out for you guys. At least get the outer package so you can see them. A lot of these JDM baits are really coated in scent. This one's not too terribly bad. So anyway, this is the Bata Craw. Be a great flipping and punching bait, Carolina rig. Like I said, I'm gonna try it on a free rig. Got a couple of legs here in the back. You pop those apart. Lots of little tentacles. Really nice thin profile for you guys punching. That's going to be a great bait. Really good looking bait. And you can see with me just barely turning it there, those legs really get the kicking on it. A lot of nice movement. So anyway, again guys, that's the Raid Japan Bata Craw in that colorway, Cola Pink, and they do, a lot of these companies will give their colors a number. That's number 109. And I've been kind of trying to find some really cool creature style baits, insect type baits, something else that I think can replicate a Helgerite. And I did pick up, I believe, 2 different offerings. This one is from Raid Japan. Colorway is number 083 Smoke Shrimp. And they call this the Peller, or the Peeler. I think it's the Peller. It's a 3.5 inch bait. They do have recommended hooks for this one, and there's some other stuff in Japanese there that I'm going to have to translate. But this is the Peller shrimp. At least get this one out of the Raid package. You can see that inside packaging. That's a great looking little Helgermite-ish looking dude. And we're expected to get a boatload of snow, so I thought, what better way to stay warm on the off weekend than to sit inside and do an unboxing. Anyway, here's that little Peller shrimp. That's sort of stretchy material, but I definitely can see this guy getting bit. little different offering. One of the ponds that I go to, the the bass just absolutely love the Hellgrammite. I got a few creeks and or rivers that I smallmouth fish in. I could definitely see that guy getting bit. Not quite sure how I want to rig that. I'll probably free rig it. I also picked up by another company some really small Ozark rig. I actually got this sitting out right here. This was on Amazon. This is a 1 gram. You get 30 pieces. But what's nice about this, I was looking for something to rig my 2-inch bellows gill on. And I thought that little guy was going to be perfect. Seems like it's got a pretty strong hook, just like the core tackle rig. I'm going to rig this Ozark the same way. It's got a nice keeper on it, lead distributed down the shank of the hook. I was looking for something that could be a small profile, also keeping kind of that same system that the Ozark rig has. I can see those pellers also working well on that. We'll move on. Next offering is from Jackal. This one was a kind of a restock for me. This is the Jackal Drift Fry, the 3.0 and Ghost Wakasagi. Most of you know what a drift fry is. I'm not going to take these out of the package. You can see it's got kind of the yellow undertone with a pink and brown on the back. Pretty standard drift fry. Another one that's kind of a newer bait, I believe, from over there. It's a 3.8 inch. It's called the Ribbing Bunny, and this is an elastomer. They put on the package. It's a high float model. Of course, the elastomer is living, moving chunking bait. I thought this would be a great jig trailer. Go ahead and open this package up. Great looking bait. You can see this being a great chunk. Also flipping and pitching. I can see quite a few different ways to rig this. Can't read the color because it's Japanesey. But it's kind of a green pumpkin, maybe like an Alabama crawl or an Okeechobee crawl. Definitely a great looking trailer. You can see it's that super stretch Z-Man type plastic. I like these really long legs that are on there. Nice body up front with that great ribbing. The bottom of the bait, the legs, if you will, have a nice ribbing. The body part has ribbing up top and ribbing on the bottom. It's going to be great for water displacement. So you can see that kind of green undertone and more of that green pumpkin top to it. I think that's going to be a great jig trailer. I could also see Carolina rigging that. I'm going to try it a few different ways, see what I can do with it. Jackal recommends the Slazer 2-aught hook or a 1-aught hook. And I'll show you that real quick up top what they're recommending. It's right there for a hook. I've seen it as a great free rig bait, something with some real long tentacles moving out there. Again, I know it'd be a great flipping and punching bait. Again, that's the Jackal Ribbing Bunny. Interesting little bait. Let's see, trying to kind of keep these by the company. This one, and man, these are huge. This one's by Bottom Up. I've been looking for some more like bluegill type baits for an offering other than the bellows gill or the bellows shad. Again, by Bottom Up. This is called the Gimme, and it's at a 4.5 inch. And let's see, do we have a color? Shugo Sagi, I'm guessing. They show this as being free rigged. I guess you could Texas rig it, Carolina rig it, Jica rig in it. Boy, that's a heavy bait. I think I'll fish this, try this weightless even. That's another great bellows gill type looking bait, or another bait that I've got in here. And I'll show you that here. And it'd be next to be the Depths Bull Flat. Great looking bait. I like that kind of grayish green pumpkin, and it's got kind of a violet white underside. I think that's going to be a great bait early in the spring, imitating the bluegill up around the beds. Maybe a little bit bigger profile than what I'm used to throwing. A lot of the bass that I'm fishing, I get away with a lot of the smaller baits. It's one of the things with these depth baits. I wanted to try them, and I got two different sizes. The first here we're going to show is it's called the Kromushi, a little insect type bait, maybe like a little frog style. I'm going to definitely try this on a free rig, like a little 2-inch bait. Great looking little bait. And then I got two different sizes of the bull flat. First I got the 4.8. Again, colors in Japanesey, so you can't really tell, but it's kind of a two-tone on both sides, exactly the same. It's kind of that white with some peppered gray in it. And again, this is a little bit bigger offering than I prefer. And man, that baby there's probably close to a pound. And you get 4 baits. So that's really big. One of the things that I've talked to with some guys about the bull flats is they rip extremely easy. This is the one I'm most excited about with them, in a 3-inch. Again, the color is number 39. The 4.8 inch, the color was number 114. This one's kind of like a white pearl. It's a great looking little bluegill imitator. I'm sure you guys know what the bull flats are. Again, I think this pitching around in the spring, doing some sight fishing, that's going to be really effective. I'll save the terminal tackle for last. The biggest offering that I got this time was from G-Crack. First off, in the 60 millimeter, which is a 2.5, is the Ino Knishi. It's kind of one of those fuzzy baits. I thought this would be a great offering on a Ned. Free rigging it. I could see rigging this quite a few ways. This in color again, Japanesey, but it's kind of that chartreuse with black and chartreuse legs on it. A lot of the fuzzy baits, I was kind of skeptical on how well they were going to work, and I've had a lot of luck with them. Most of the people that I've talked to about these guys and their opinions, the tentacles are supposed to imitate kind of like that little fry ball. So that's pretty cool. Staying with the G-Crack, I fished that chatterbait quite a bit. And when I seen these, I thought, man, I have to try them. There's just something about that G-Crack that's really, really good and attractant. Not just an attractant, but I feel like when the fish grab it, they just refuse to let it go. So this is called the Bellows Vibe. I got it in 2 colors. I got it in a regular green pumpkin. It's a 4.2 inch. Kind of that Yamamata Zako type profile. And then I got it in electric shad. Again, it's a 4.2 inch. And these G-Crack, you can go ahead and take one out. They have that really strong Frito smell. I don't feel like getting my hands super greasy and smelling like Fritos, but you can see the profile there. It's a great looking bait, pretty soft. I'm gonna guess that's gonna add a ton of action to my chatterbaits. I'm excited to get out and throw these. Of course, now I gotta wait because we're projected to get a whole foot of snow. Another, just to kind of restock in a 3.8 inch. This is the Bellows Gill. This one they call Spicy Avocado. You can kind of see that one. It's kind of that black on one side, kind of that greenish avocado color on the bottom with a lot of red fleck. Great looking bait. I've shown the Bellows Gill quite a bit, so I won't take one of those guys out. Okay, so one more from G-Crack. I thought I might have had 2, but I only have one more. I have no clue the color. Definitely in Japanesey. This is a 4.8. You get 6 of them. This is what they call the leaf shrimp. Now, I'll take one of these out of the package for you. You can kind of see that color. It's kind of a natural earthwormy color. Again, I thought this would be like that Peller shrimp. It would be a great alternative to like a Helgermite. It doesn't have all the tentacles. It's got kind of just that spade tail. But I can see this as a really, really good free rig bait. One of those baits that you don't really see. It's got a lot of fleck in the top side. It's that nice long spade tail, more or less that just solid pinkish violet. Some of that blue flake really shines through. I don't know if I can get it to show up on the camera. That's an amazing looking color. Again, something a little different to show some of these smallmouth. Largemouth as well. Just something to kind of stand out. I do fish some pretty heavily pressured areas, so I kind of wanted to find some different offerings, and that bait just looked really, really cool. Again, this is the Leaf Shrimp by G-Crack. One of the things I see happening this year is I think we're going to have a big takeover in the U.S. of G-Crack. I think this is going to be one of the top selling U.S. baits. That's just kind of my opinion on it. Another offering, we're getting away from any of the baits. This is more or less terminal and or others. So one of the things that I was looking at, and I really wanted to test out that theory on that G-Crack scent, because I do throw some kind of imitation knockoffs, if you will, of the Bellows Gill, Bellows Shad. So I thought I would try the Big Bass Energy scent. It's that great Frito smell, just all balled up. I'm anxious to spray a few of the knockoff Bellows Gills and see how that works on those. They catch fish. But one of the things I've noticed in the difference between the bellows gill and the knockoffs is when the fish grab the bellows, the G-crack, um, they never let that thing go, and I've had several spit out the other plastics. So I'm just curious to see if the scent really changes that or not. I'm a firm believer that it does. That's really I'm really excited to try that. It was one of the more expensive offerings that I bought. I think you can find these on most retailers for under 20. Um, be careful out there. There's some sellers that are selling this for closer to 30. You can get this from from a JDM market if you can make the order worth it, or find a seller over there that's willing to split some of the cost with you. You can definitely get this for well under 20. One of the other ones that came in from G-Crack that I'm super excited about. This is a brand new offering from G-Crack, and I got this in the junior size, 1/8 ounce on a 3/0 hook, and it's the Cornhead Junior. Go ahead and open this up for you. I've talked to some different people about how they're using this, and some of the guys that got it a little bit earlier, and they're using this, believe it or not, with forward-facing sonar or not, whichever way you prefer to do it. If you have the technology, it works great for it. But basically, like your jig and minnow, your hover strolling. The head itself, I'll just cover it without the blade. Looks like your normal forward-facing sonar jig head. It's got a nice keeper on there, single wire keeper, nice stout 3/0 hook. But what that's adding is that underspin. I've been told if you're fishing it on a loop knot or a snap to get that roll, this jig head rolls really, really well. But what it does, and as you can see, it's a really super tiny blade. Compare that to my fingernail. It's about the size of a fingernail. Really thin, really streamlined. You're adding just a little flash. I didn't buy it just to shake a minnow on it, but I figured a really nice underspin. It's more of a sleek profile, something like your 3.2 spark shads, hazeldongs, different smaller minnow baits. That's going to really, really work well. I've been fishing a minnow style bait on underspins for a long time, a lot longer than the craze has been out about it. So I'm really excited to play around with that. Again, that's the G-Crack Cornhead Junior. They offer it in a standard cornhead and the junior size. I think they offer it in a 3/0 and a 4/0 hook, and I think they got a handful of sizes. It's going to be one of those baits that you're not going to find anywhere, but I expect it to be one of those offerings that you're going to find more and more of. Like I said, I think G-Crack is going to explode in the U.S. this year. Again, that's the G-Crack Junior. The other thing is, I like the silver blade because I'm fishing around a lot of shad, but they do offer it in a gold blade. So in that kind of muddy to stained water, I think that gold blade would be perfect. The last thing that I have is that I've got from two different companies. We'll start out with Veravos. I picked up what they call the TG Grenade. I got it in the 0.9 gram, which is 1/32 of an ounce, and 3.5 in the 1/8 ounce. I'm not sure all the different ways I'm going to rig this. It's actually meant to be a quick on, quick off weight system that you can add to like glide baits, crankbaits, and things of that nature. This is the littlest guy. I mean, you can see those are tiny. You get 4 in a package with that. These are not that expensive. On the back here, it does give some different sizes. You've got a 0.9 gram, which is 1/32, 1.2 gram, which is 1/22, 1.8, which is 1/16, 2.5, 3/16, 7 gram. There's a 1/4 ounce, 10 gram, 3/8 of an ounce, 14 gram, 1/2 ounce, 21 gram, 3/4 of an ounce. So they offer quite a few different sizes. And you can see the little grenade. It looks just like a grenade, but it's got that nice little quick change to it. Let me open one of these guys up, see if we can take one out here to kind of show you a little bit better what I'm talking about. You get 3 in the pack on this bigger size. So this is your grenade. But one of the cool things about it is this quick latch up here at the top. See if I can hold it down on the bottom, and you can see that it's just got that quick little snap. So say we're throwing this underspin, we want to add a little weight. You just simply snap that on. And I'm not going to snap it all the way on, but you would just snap it on, and that's going to add you a little weight. I can see that on like different glide baits. It's definitely going to help balance out that bait a little bit more, add you a little bit extra weight if you need to change it up, and just add a little extra weight, but you don't want to have to necessarily change baits. I think that's going to be great for that. I can also see that working on like a Jika rig, or if you're free rigging and you need just a little extra weight, you can snap that over the eye of the hook. The next offerings I've got from Ryugi. I was really interested in these guys. I got 2 packs of them. It's called the Insect Keeper. Put one of those away. But basically what that is, and I don't want to get one of these out and drop it. They offer it in a small, which is a 1.5 millimeter. And then a medium, which is what I got, in a 2.0 millimeter. But basically what these are little keepers that you can add to any of your soft plastics. Maybe they just have a lead keeper on it, like this guy has a lead keeper. It does have a maybe some of them won't have this little lead keeper that comes out. Maybe it's just got the lead keeper here. What you can do, and it shows you on the back of the package, you just slide that through the bait and snap it up over top of that, and it's going to hold your soft plastics on. So you're going to get some extended life out of your soft plastic. I hope you guys can see that, where you slide that through. And there's the look of it. And it looks like you get 6 of them in a pack. Let me try to move a couple inside that pack. If you can kind of see how that works. I think that's going to be great to help hold on soft plastics. I'm really anxious to try that one too. And the last piece in this order from Ryugi is the Heavy Guard Talisman. This is in a 3/0, so this is your kind of drop shot Nico. It's got a little wire keeper to it. Go ahead and get one of these guys out. And I've heard a lot of good things about the Talisman hook, so I thought I'd try them. This is a 3/0. You do get 4 of them. Got a nice little twin wire keeper on it there. Nice little drop shot hook. It's got that really wide bend, which is really what intrigued me about it. I'm sure you can find a Gamakatsu that's that way. I just filling in my order. I thought, man, I'll try a pack of these guys and see how I like them. But I'm going to use that with the bellows gills, bellows sticks, with that Nico hack. Should be able to hook that right through with that hack. And I'm excited to see how well that weed guard does. I've been told they're extremely weedless. Really good to going through small brush, lay downs. It keeps you from getting snagged up as much. So we're excited to see how that works. I don't know if it's going to be anything different as far as keeping me out of getting hung up or the weeds off of it. One of the ponds that I fish a lot is chock full of weeds, so I'm anxious to see how that goes. On the back here it says they offer it in a 1, 2, and 3. 1/0, 2/0, 3/0. I got the biggest size that they offered, which was a 3/0. So I'm excited to see how that works on my bellows when I'm deciding to wacky rig them or Nico rig them. So that's pretty much it, guys. I appreciate y'all tuning in for the video. I've got some videos coming out soon. Work has been a little busier than normal. Weather conditions, and overall pricing on some of these products that I'm trying to order in from Japan to try to be a little different is really tricky to get it to be cost efficient. But most of the time it's just the lack of my time to make these videos. So I do apologize for not getting them out quite as often as I had been. I'm trying to do them the best I can. Got other things going on. With that, I just wanted to mention that so that if you're trying to follow some of my videos, I would definitely hit that notification bell to be notified when I'm putting out a video. Comment, like, share. What item are you looking forward to the most this year to throw? Is it something new or is it an old standby staple? Mine's going to be pretty much the standby staples this year. Fishing those bellows gills. I think I caught at least 75 to 80% of my fish last year on a bellows gill. I threw in a lot. The rest of them, a big portion came from throwing some kind of strolling bait. And then on the moving bait side, I really only caught fish on a chatterbait and a crankbait of some sort. But I'm not throwing 5,000 different pieces of tackle every year. I get out about once a week, sometimes twice a week. Now my new job, I'm on call every other weekend. So it limits to where I can go and how much time I'm out on the water. But that's okay. I'll still get out and do plenty of fishing this year. I'm excited to try some of these neat products out. But anyway, guys, thank you again for watching the video. Stay tuned. We'll have some more stuff coming out. Like always, I appreciate you. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.